You woke up tired. Again. Your thoughts feel slower, your legs heavier, and no matter how early you go to bed, it's as if your body didn't recharge. You wonder, is this just aging, or am I missing something my body truly needs? Some days it feels like your body is trying to say something, a quiet signal that something essential might be missing beneath the surface. In this video, we reveal what science says your body is silently asking for, and why it might not be getting it, even if you think you're eating well. John's blood work came back normal. Cholesterol? Fine. Blood sugar? Slightly elevated, but not alarming. Just aging, the doctor says. But John doesn't feel fine. He used to read the morning paper cover to cover. Now he rereads the same paragraph 3 times. And sometimes words feel like they're slipping through his fingers. Here's what John's doctor didn't test for. Chronic low-grade inflammation in the brain, sluggish mitochondrial energy inside his cells, and a silent deficiency in nutrients that power memory and mood. Susan loves her grandkids, but halfway through a simple video call, she starts feeling foggy, like her mind needs a nap. These moments might seem emotional, but often they are biochemical. Because in 2025, we now know certain deficiencies don't just affect the body. They dull the mind and quietly steal joy from everyday moments. When the right nutrients are restored, clarity returns. Energy flows more naturally. The mind feels awake again. And no, it's not about taking 20 pills a day. It's about knowing which 5 matter most, and why. Dr. Michelle Turner, a researcher in nutritional neuroscience, puts it simply. After 60, your brain has different needs. If you're not adjusting your nutrition, you're not aging, you're starving your brain. Susan didn't change her whole lifestyle. She just began supporting her brain and energy in the way her 60s actually require. And the shift? It was subtle, but powerful. John still has gray hair, still takes naps. But now he feels present, not surviving, but participating. So what are these 5 nutrients that modern science keeps circling back to? And why are they so often missing, even in people who eat well? Let's take a closer look, starting with a vitamin most seniors are shockingly low on without ever knowing it. Did you know that sunlight, something so ordinary, could quietly shape how strong you feel, how steady you walk, and how clear your mind stays as you age? Most people think vitamin D is just about bones, but the truth? Vitamin D3, especially after age 60, is one of the most powerful regulators in your entire body. And yet, it's also one of the most common deficiencies in older adults. You see, when you're young, your skin easily converts sunlight into vitamin D. But after 60, that ability drops fast. By 70, your skin produces up to 75% less vitamin D from sun exposure than when you were 20. And if you live in northern states, spend more time indoors, or have darker skin, the gap only widens. So what happens? Your bones begin to weaken silently. Your immune system becomes sluggish. Inflammation increases, quietly, constantly. You may not even notice it at first. Maybe you just feel a bit more tired lately. Or your balance feels slightly off. Maybe your memory isn't quite what it used to be. And every time you tell someone, they say the same thing. Well, that's just aging. But is it? A groundbreaking study from the University of California tracked over 1,600 seniors for 5 years. Those with low vitamin D were twice as likely to experience physical decline and were at significantly higher risk of hip fractures. Not only that, research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology showed that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels had better executive brain function, fewer depressive symptoms, and even better sleep cycles. That's right. Vitamin D3 affects how well you sleep, because it doesn't just help bones. Vitamin D is involved in over 1,000 genetic pathways, including mood regulation and circadian rhythm. It affects how your brain releases serotonin, the feel-good chemical. And low vitamin D levels have been linked to seasonal affective disorder, anxiety, and persistent low energy. Isn't it strange that something as simple as a vitamin could impact everything from your strength to your smile? And yet, the CDC estimates that more than 50% of adults over 65 have insufficient levels. So what's the solution? The first step? Get tested. It's called the 25-hydroxy-vitamin D blood test. Ask your doctor. It's quick, affordable, and can tell you exactly where you stand. Next, most doctors recommend supplementing with D3, not D2. Why? Because vitamin D3 is the natural form your body uses best. It stays in your system longer and is more effective. The general recommendation for older adults ranges from 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily, though some may need more depending on individual levels. It's always safest to tailor the dose after testing. But don't stop there, because vitamin D works best in synergy with calcium, magnesium, and even vitamin K2. Without those cofactors, the D3 you take might not get absorbed efficiently. Think of them as the supporting cast to your body's leading role. And consistency matters. It's not a quick fix. It's a daily quiet repair. Think of it this way. Your body has been running faithfully for over 6 decades. But even the most dependable engine needs the right fuel. Vitamin D3 isn't just about preventing disease. It's about preserving the life you love, the walks you take, the people you hold, the memories you want to keep sharp and clear. So ask yourself, is it really just age? Or is it your body asking for something simple, something it once made easily, and now needs your help to restore? She used to forget her keys once in a while. Then one day, she forgot why she entered the room. Now she writes everything down, names, appointments, even recipes she's made for years. And each time she wonders, is this how it begins? What if one of the most powerful protectors of your brain was fat? Yes, fat. But not the kind that clogs your arteries. The kind that builds your brain. We're talking about omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA and EPA. You've probably heard of them. But have you really understood what they do? Because after 60, these fats become non-negotiable. You see, 60% of your brain is fat, and DHA makes up a huge portion of the gray matter. It forms the very cell membranes of your neurons. Without enough DHA, your brain can't send messages properly. And slowly, quietly, those messages begin to fade. A landmark study published in Neurology followed older adults for 5 years. Those with higher DHA levels had better memory recall, less brain shrinkage, and even a 46% lower risk of dementia. Let that sink in. Almost half the risk just from getting enough omega-3s. But it's not just memory. Omega-3s are deeply involved in mood regulation, inflammation control, and even heart health. Older adults with low levels of omega-3s are more prone to anxiety, depression, and brain fog. Why? Because omega-3s help reduce chronic inflammation in the brain. And inflammation is often the hidden villain behind neurodegeneration. Have you ever felt like your thoughts were slower than they used to be? Like your brain is moving through fog? You may not need another puzzle book or app. You might just need more of the raw materials your brain was built with. So where do we get omega-3s? The best sources are fatty fish, like salmon, mackerel, sardines. But let's be honest. How often do most seniors eat those? Even if you do eat fish once or twice a week, it may not be enough. That's where high-quality omega-3 supplements come in. Look for ones that contain at least 500 to 1,000 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA per day. And make sure they're from purified, molecularly distilled sources to avoid mercury and heavy metals. But here's something most people don't know. Your body can't make these fats on its own. That's why they're called essential. You must get them from food or supplements. And after age 60, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing and converting fats. That means even if you're eating fish, you may not be getting what your brain actually needs. So what happens when you give your brain what it's starving for? Patients often report clearer thinking, improved mood, and even better sleep. One woman, 67-year-old Linda from Wisconsin, said, "It was like someone wiped the fog off the mirror. I could find words again. No medication, just restoring what time and diet had slowly taken away." And if you're thinking, "I'm too old for this to make a difference," think again. Studies show that even seniors in their 80s can improve cognitive scores after consistent omega-3 supplementation. It's never too late to nourish the mind. So ask yourself, are you feeding your brain or forgetting to? He tries to sleep, but his legs won't let him. They twitch, spasm. Sometimes they cramp so hard he gasps. Other nights, it's the worry. Endless thoughts looping like a broken record. What if he forgets to take his meds tomorrow? What if he forgets his daughter's birthday? Again? He closes his eyes, hoping to drift off. But sleep just won't come, and he doesn't know why. But maybe you do? Because if you're over 60 and struggling with sleep, anxiety, or muscle cramps, there's a good chance your body is whispering something. You're low on magnesium. Magnesium, one of the most underrated nutrients in modern medicine. Yet it's essential to over 300 different processes in your body, from your heart rhythm to muscle contractions to nerve signaling. Even the very process of making melatonin, your sleep hormone, depends on magnesium. But here's the catch. Almost 70% of seniors in the U.S. are magnesium deficient. Why? Because aging bodies absorb less of it. Medications like diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and even some blood pressure pills flush it out. And let's be honest, how often are we eating magnesium-rich foods like pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, or mackerel? Without enough magnesium, your muscles cramp, your nerves misfire, and your brain can't calm down. It's like trying to drive a car with no oil. Have you ever felt jumpy, restless, irritated for no reason? That could be your body trying to regulate nerve impulses without enough magnesium to do it. And then there's the insomnia. Magnesium helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that helps you relax, digest, and sleep. Without it, you're stuck in a loop of tension. Studies have shown that supplementing magnesium in older adults improves sleep quality, sleep duration, and even reduces nighttime awakenings. Still think it's just aging? Think again. But not all magnesium is the same. There are many types: oxide, citrate, glycinate, malate. For seniors struggling with sleep and anxiety, magnesium glycinate is often best. It's gentle on the stomach, highly absorbable, and doesn't cause diarrhea like some cheaper forms. The typical dose? Around 200 to 400 milligrams per day. But always check with a doctor, especially if you're on heart or kidney medication. And the benefits? One 12-week study of seniors found that daily magnesium reduced nighttime wake-ups by 63%. Another showed improved mood scores in older adults with mild anxiety. And for those with high blood pressure, magnesium helped gently lower systolic levels without extra medication. It's no miracle pill, but it's a mineral your body is quietly begging for. So if you're lying awake at night, if your legs won't stop jumping, if your thoughts won't quiet down, you don't have to accept it as part of aging. Sometimes it's not about doing more. It's about restoring what time has taken away. Do you ever wonder why some older adults feel inexplicably tired, even when they've been sleeping well? Why their bones ache more in winter? Or why fractures seem to come from the lightest falls? It's not just aging. It's not just genetics. In many cases, the silent culprit is a deficiency most never see coming: vitamin D3. And when it lacks its perfect partner, vitamin K2, the consequences can quietly turn dangerous. You see, vitamin D3 is known as the sunshine vitamin. Our bodies make it when our skin meets sunlight. But here's the truth. As we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing it. And seniors, especially in cooler climates like much of the U.S., often avoid the sun altogether. Sometimes for days or weeks. So what happens when your body doesn't get enough D3? Your bones start to weaken, silently. Calcium builds up in the wrong places, like arteries and soft tissues, instead of fortifying your skeleton. This misplacement is where K2 comes in. Vitamin K2 is like a traffic cop for calcium. D3 brings calcium into your bloodstream. K2 makes sure it doesn't clog your arteries, but reaches your bones where it belongs. Without K2, taking D3 alone could backfire. Shocking, right? Some studies even suggest that D3 supplements without K2 can increase the risk of arterial calcification. It's like trying to fix a roof leak with water alone. You need the full solution. Let's talk about bones. After 60, your risk of osteoporosis and fractures rises sharply. Vitamin D3 boosts calcium absorption by up to 65%. But K2 ensures it integrates into your bone matrix, making your bones not just denser, but stronger. Have you noticed stairs becoming harder lately? Do your joints click more? These aren't just signs of time, they're cries for nutritional help. In 2023, a study in the Journal of Nutrition tracked seniors who took both D3 and K2 for 12 months. The result? Improved bone mineral density and a measurable reduction in arterial stiffness. The combination was more powerful than either vitamin alone. Think of them as a duo, like the key and lock for long-term skeletal and cardiovascular health. So, where do you get them? Vitamin D3 exists naturally in fatty fish, like salmon and sardines, egg yolks, and beef liver. But truth be told, it's hard to get enough through food alone, especially for D3. That's why many seniors turn to supplementation. But not all D3 is equal. Look for cholecalciferol. It's the most bioavailable form. And for K2, seek the MK7 version. It stays in your body longer and does the job thoroughly. It's not just about living longer. It's about walking with confidence, about standing up without fear of falling, about bones that hold you proudly, without complaint. You don't need fancy treatments. You need the nutrients your body's been quietly begging for. D3 and K2, together, may be the most overlooked allies for aging well. And if you're watching this, maybe this is your sign to ask your doctor. Am I getting enough? Every morning feels just a little harder. You wake up, not refreshed, but tired. Your thoughts, once sharp and swift, now move through fog. Your muscles ache without reason. And your heart? Sometimes it skips a beat. But what if behind all of that was just a single missing mineral? Magnesium. A mineral so crucial that over 300 reactions in your body depend on it. It's involved in nerve function, in muscle contractions, in energy production, in the very rhythm of your heart. And yet, most people over 60, nearly 4 out of 5, aren't getting enough. Have you ever gone into a room and forgot why you were there, or searched for a word that used to come so easily? It could be aging, but it might also be something else. Low magnesium is a silent saboteur of memory, sleep, and calm. Decades ago, magnesium was plentiful in our food and in our soil. But today's farming practices? They've stripped our crops of this mineral. Even the healthiest salad might hold half the magnesium it once did. And if you're eating processed foods, even occasionally, you're losing even more. Magnesium is refined out of most foods. And sugar? It causes your body to dump magnesium in the urine. Add medications like diuretics or proton pump inhibitors. And it's no wonder magnesium levels collapse. Magnesium regulates your nervous system's electricity. Without it, nerves become irritable, muscles cramp, the heart stumbles, and sleep becomes restless, shallow, broken. Studies from Harvard, the NIH, and across Europe have shown this clearly. Magnesium deficiency is linked to higher rates of dementia, stroke, anxiety, and even sudden cardiac arrest. This isn't speculation. This is science, and your body feels it. If you lie awake at night, thinking about tomorrow, feeling your legs twitch and your chest tighten, that could be low magnesium. Because this mineral doesn't just help you sleep, it helps you stay asleep, peacefully. Magnesium also supports the brain's plasticity, the ability to adapt, remember, and stay resilient. With enough of it, your thoughts move easier, your mood stabilizes, and your memory holds on just a little tighter. You may think shaking hands, or nervousness, or forgetfulness are just part of aging. But what if they're not? What if they're a sign that your body is asking for something? So where do we find magnesium? Start with food. Pumpkin seeds, rich and portable. Almonds, heart-friendly and crunchy. Spinach, a leafy powerhouse. Avocados, smooth, satisfying, and mineral-dense. Dark chocolate. Yes, even a square or two can help, but food alone may not be enough. That's where supplementation comes in. But here's the key. Not all magnesium is created equal. Magnesium oxide, cheap but poorly absorbed. Magnesium citrate, good for digestion but may cause loose stools. Magnesium glycinate, calming, easy on the stomach. Magnesium threonate, crosses into the brain, ideal for memory. The right form can make all the difference. Speak to your doctor or pharmacist before choosing one. You deserve restful nights, clearer days, and a body that moves without pain or panic. And sometimes that begins with just one mineral, magnesium, the quiet helper, the hidden protector, the missing piece your body may be waiting for. The hidden truth? No supplement works in isolation. No vitamin acts alone. They are part of a system, your system. And sometimes the real breakthrough comes not from adding more, but from restoring what was quietly lost. Balance, rhythm, connection. But one final question remains. How do you know which supplements your body truly needs? That's where we go next. How do you know if what you're taking is working? Not just whether it makes you feel better, but if it's actually doing its job deep inside your body? That's the silent problem with many supplements on the market today. Absorption. Just because you take it doesn't mean your body uses it. Some vitamins are made cheaply, compressed into hard tablets, coated with binders your stomach can't fully break down. And the result? They pass right through you, undigested, like expensive pebbles. So, how do you choose wisely? It begins with asking the right questions. Who makes it? Is it third-party tested? Does it contain fillers or artificial dyes? Is it the bioavailable form, the kind your body actually recognizes? For example, not all magnesium is equal. Some forms, like magnesium oxide, have poor absorption. But others, like magnesium glycinate, are gentle, calming, and far more effective, especially for sleep, muscle cramps, and heart rhythm. Bill, a 67-year-old retiree, struggled with insomnia for months. Melatonin barely helped. Then his doctor recommended magnesium glycinate, and within weeks, he started sleeping deeper, longer, and waking without the fog. It's not magic, it's science, aligned with nature. When you restore what's missing, the body responds. But remember, even the best supplement is only as good as the soil it enters. Your gut. If your gut is inflamed, if your microbiome is imbalanced, you won't absorb nutrients well. That's why gut health matters. Probiotics, fiber, fermented foods. They prepare the ground so the seeds of healing can grow. This isn't just about vitamins. It's about building a foundation, brick by brick, that supports real lasting energy. Energy that helps you walk farther, think sharper, and feel like yourself again. Because that's what's truly at stake. Not just preventing disease, but preserving identity. You are not just a number on a chart. You are stories, memories, and moments still to come. And you deserve every tool, every advantage to keep those moments bright. So before you reach for the next pill, ask yourself, is this helping me thrive or just survive? The answer isn't more. It's smarter, more connected, more attuned to you. The best supplements aren't just pills, they're part of a story. Your story. And in 2025, that story is still being written. There was a time when energy was effortless, when mornings didn't need motivation, when your body simply responded like an instrument in tune. But time, like a gentle tide, changes everything. You've given your body decades of service. You've pushed through sleepless nights, stress, sacrifice, and survival. Isn't it time for your body to give back to you? Feeling tired isn't just part of aging. Losing clarity isn't something you must accept. And waking up stiff or foggy isn't a life sentence. Your body remembers how to feel well, but it needs the right ingredients and the right attention to find that balance again. Supplements are not a magic fix, but they can be gentle keys, unlocking doors to energy you thought were long closed. What if one of those doors led to clearer mornings, or calmer nights, or fewer pills, or simply more moments that feel like you? Health at this age isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring wisdom, about listening deeper, and reclaiming what still belongs to you. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be present, clear, connected, and cared for, from the inside out. The right nutrients don't just fuel your body, they help you hold on to what matters: memories, meaning, and moments worth living. You're not winding down, you're tuning in, and everything you do now, every small choice, still has power. So if this story felt like a mirror to your own, let it be a beginning, a quiet promise that tomorrow you'll care a little more, ask a little deeper, and believe again that your best days can still surprise you. If this video felt like a friend, stay with us. Subscribe, not for us, but for you. Because every week we'll be right here, sharing stories, truths, and tools for a life that still has so much to give. Take your next step with courage, with care, and with all the years ahead still yours to shape.